Yes, everybody, welcome back to Talking Wolves. Welcome back to another update video on the channel. I hope you guys are keeping well. It's nice and warm today in Wolverhampton, and thankfully we've got some nice news as well to go along with it. Some incoming player news and some pre-season news, which I'll jump into in a second. As always, guys, be sure to hit the like button down below, subscribe to the channel as we're on the road to 20,000 subscribers, and let's try and hit 300 likes on today's video. But yes, the pre-season fixture and friendly that I did allude to a couple of times over the last few update videos has finally been confirmed. It's on the continent as expected, and Wolves will be playing against Girona away Sunday the 3rd of August, I should say. A 7 p.m. kickoff on a Sunday. Interesting kickoff time at the Estadi Montilivi. I hope I got that correct. I'm sure I'll perfect that between now and August, but I have already booked my flights to Girona. I'm really looking forward to it. It's a really nice looking stadium. A really interesting task again for Wolves. Another team with a former player, Santiago Bueno, if he's still at the club come early August. It's his former club as well, and they've done okay in the last couple of years in Spain as well. So be an interesting task and a new adventure for me to go to. I'm sure there'll be loads of content in and around that time as well. And if you are going or you're planning to go as well, let me know in the comment section down below. It'd be great to see as many of you as I can. But sticking with Spanish, the Spanish league, there has been some interesting news today. Dubbed the Cunha replacement, according to Alex Crook of TalkSport. I think that's a little bit of a stretch, but Wolves have today been linked with Celta Vigo attacking midfielder Fer Lopez, 21 years of age, Spanish attacking midfielder, could play out wide as well. Interesting again, Celta Vigo, a team that we will be playing in pre-season. It's interesting to see if this one goes, for argument's sake, all the way to when we play them at Molineux. If you remember a few years ago when we were after Matheus Cumha for ages, just nothing seemed to accelerate. As soon as we played them, we went to Portugal and played Sporting. A deal was done and brokered just a few days after that. I really hope we don't have to wait till the middle of August to broker this deal. But it's said that Wolves do have an interest in Fer Lopez. Look, in terms of numbers and appearances and so on, it's not unbelievable reading as of yet. But obviously a player with clear talent. Is he going to replace the goals and assists that Matheus Cumha has given us? Probably not this season. I still think he's very raw and still got a lot more before he's going to be at that level. But these are the type of players and deals, if Wolves can get it at the right price and they get it sort of a move before anybody else, you know, you're going to have bigger teams sniffing around these players. When they're at 21 and they start excelling and doing well in the Premier League, you're just going to make money on them, and they're going to get, you know, not that I'm advertising for us to just sell on players as and when, but, you know, this is where Wolves need to be, jumping in the market earlier than everybody else. And Fer Lopez is possibly a player with talent that is going to help that front three. We haven't had, you know, I think it was reported that Wolves will be after 2 number 10s, so you would hope the other one is a little bit more established, probably got a slightly better return in terms of goals and assists. But Fer Lopez definitely an interesting one. Recently signed a new deal because he switched agencies. And of course, his new agent is Gestifute, which is owned by Jorge Mendes. And I suppose this is what you're going to get since we've jumped back into bed with Uncle George. You're going to get a lot more players linked with him. But Sky Sports have also said that there isn't interested in Fer Lopez, although there's no formal talks and a formal approach between Wolves and Celta Vigo as of yet. It's thought that talks could really accelerate in the coming days if Wolves do so. But an interesting one. Dubbed the Cunha replacement. I maybe don't quite think so, but definitely one to keep our eye on, and a talented young man that could potentially join the ranks here at Wolves. We had a little bit of an update as well on Gerard Martin, a player that I mentioned before, again, Spanish League link. And I have no doubt Jorge Mendes would be included in this deal if it were to come to fruition. But Gerard Martin, the left back, currently playing for Barcelona, we've seen some links with him over the last 7 to 10 days or so, was part of the under-21 Spain squad alongside Hugo Bueno, and Martin actually started ahead of Hugo Bueno in their opening game. They managed to win 3-2 in the end. Martin played till half-time and then picked up an injury. He's had to have surgery on his hand. He's broke a bone in his hand, basically. So that's ruled him out for the rest of the tournament. So theoretically, it should give Hugo Bueno a really nice run now for the rest of the tournament. However, Hugo didn't cover himself in glory in the second half of their opening game. I think he made a mistake for the goal, gave away a penalty as well. But hopefully that's just sort of just a bad day at the office for him and he kicks on. But with Gerard Martin out the squad, it gives Hugo a run. But today we had more news on it. So last week it was reported that 12 million euros could be maybe where the opening offer is going to be. But Sport in Spain now, who really like to push the Barcelona narratives, have said 20 million euros should be enough to get a deal done for Gerard Martin to join Wolves. Bournemouth had also had a brief interest in him, but I think they've already sorted out the replacement for Kirkes. But 20 million euros. But the other key thing is that Wolves would have to basically try and convince him to come to Molineux. That's been an issue for Wolves over the last few years in terms of when players need convincing to come. 9 times out of 10, they haven't particularly been great at Wolves. And when you're a young player, you've broken into the Barcelona team, you see your name up in lights, you see your name on the headlines, to all of a sudden, I love Wolverhampton, but it's a bit of a drop down in terms of club stature and stuff like that. So that's the sort of main sticking point for Wolves at the moment. 20 million euros seems to be the valuation. Will Wolves chuck that at a left wing back who may not necessarily be first choice? I'm not so sure, but we'll wait and see if anything else comes to fruition on that. But with him being out of the Euros, could that allow this move to accelerate a little bit more? I think if he was still playing at the Euros, of course his value could have gone up, but obviously he would have been busy, wouldn't have wanted to focus on a move. Now the situation may well have changed a little bit. But guys, that is all for today. Just a very quick update from me as always. Be sure to hit the like button down below, subscribe to the channel, enjoy your weekend, and of course if there's any other breaking news over the weekend, I'll be sure to keep you guys updated. Look after yourselves, and I'll catch you on the next one.